Fun Friday. Fun Friday. Okay. Give me that.
It's going.
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining us for another Fun Friday. Today we're going to I'm going to teach you guys how to make churros if you don't already know how to make them. If you do, just join us. Maybe it's a different recipe. And also I am going to teach you guys how to make fresas con crema. And before we start, I am going to go over the ingredients, so make sure you guys have all these ingredients, and there are substitutions for all of these. And so I'll go over the churros ingredients, and then I'll go over the fresas con crema, and then we will go into the churros, and then fresas con crema, and then back to churros, and you'll see why. Okay, so let me get my ingredients first for the churros. So these are the ingredients, and then I will also go over the supplies just so you guys have these handy when you guys start. And remember, everybody, children, you need a parent, so make sure that you guys get your parents, and because you're going to be using the stove, you're going to be frying, and you are going to be cutting, so you need your parents for this, or an adult. So for the churros, you need vanilla extract, salt, sugar. I have my sugar in here. You need sugar. You need flour, cinnamon, oil. You could use canola oil or vegetable oil. I'm going to use vegetable oil today. You need 2 eggs, and you need salt. I'm using unsalted salt just because we are going to add salt to our recipe, so you don't want it to be salty.
Isn't that butter?
Thank you. Butter. I guess I was reading where it said unsalted. Thank you, Jenny, for telling. Butter. You guys know what I meant.
I'm not sure unsalted salt exists.
Yeah. Sorry. And you're going to need a bowl to mix your churro mix. You are going to need measuring cups. I have a cup. I have a 1 tablespoon measuring cup and 1/4 teaspoon measuring cup. So that's what you need, the supplies for the churros. You need a piping bag, a star-shaped tip. I have 2 different sizes, so whatever you have. And even if you don't have a star tip, you could just use the piping bag. You need a what is it called? Spatula. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Spatula, but I kind of lost it. I'm still thinking about the unsalted salt. You need some tongs, something to pick up your churros as you're frying them. You need cooking scissors and an extra plate and another extra plate. And I have paper towels here, so when I do have my churros, they could drain the oil. And then I also need a saucepan and just a regular pan to fry. So that's what you're going to need for the churros. And now I'll go over the fresas con crema ingredients just so you have those handy, or whatever you have. Maybe you have certain items and so you want to do fresas con crema. Fresas con crema, you need less. Yes, one question.
Can they use a plastic Ziploc bag instead of a piping bag? If
Yes.
They don't have that?
So yeah, so if you don't have a bag, just anything, a plastic Ziploc bag. And also, what other thing can you substitute? So, oh, I forgot, you need a cup of water too for the churros. And if you don't want to use water, you could use milk, half a cup of milk. And all these ingredients will also be on the screen, so if you want to just screenshot that or pause it, you guys will see it. And I'm going to use water today. I kind of don't like milk that much, so I'm going to use water for that. And for fresas con crema, let me get my stuff. You need strawberries. So some of them are already chopped up, and we're going to teach you how to chop them up. You need half of them not chopped, so I have some here washed already. And what else do you need? You need a blender for this. Sour cream. So I have my sour cream here. You need sweetened condensed creamer. So a can of that. So I'm going to use 1 can of condensed creamer to 2 cans of sour cream. So pretty much the same, whatever you use as creamer, sour cream. I don't like it to be that sweet, so I'm going to use a little bit more sour cream. And these are extras. You don't need these, but I have them handy, so I'm going to use them. 1 banana. Coconut flakes. That's what you need for the fresas con crema. Oh, and something I forgot. If you have any chocolate syrup, you could use this for your churros to dip them in when you're done. So I have these handy, so I'm gonna use them. Yes, so we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna have Emilia, I already measured out a cup of water. She's gonna start boiling the water. So I could go over the ingredients, mix them, and then once that's boiling, we could add those. So she'll start turning on the stove for me and with the water.
What is that?
And the GoPro turned off, so we're gonna turn it on. There you go.
I was like, what was that noise?
Sorry about that. You know, our live videos, we always have some type of technical thing going on. So I'm gonna show you guys.
Should I go on medium or high?
So for the water, I would do high just because you want it to boil and it's not a lot of water. Or actually medium high just because it's not a lot of water. So I'll start measuring our ingredients here. So we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of sugar. And you guys can add as much sugar as you want. I'm just going to add 2. 1, 2. And then 1/4 of salt. Try not to add a lot of salt because churros are sweet. So if you add a lot of salt, they'll kind of be a little bit too salty. And while the water is boiling, Emilia is going to add 8 tablespoons of butter, unsalted butter. So I'm gonna have her add this to the pan. Emilia, can you add it, please? Yes. So add all of it, please. So it's on. Yeah, and just do high probably, just so you can start cooking. Start warming up. So once I have this here, I am going to set this aside, and you're also going to need the vanilla extract. And I'm going to measure out my 1 cup of flour. Ooh. So yeah, you need a lot of. So let me measure this out. Have it ready. We're not going to add the flour until the end of it, but I just want to have it ready. So leave your 2 eggs and your flour to the side, and let me dust that off. And then your salt and sugar and your vanilla, you're going to add it once the butter is melted. So once that's melted, Emilia's going to let me know, and then we'll add that. So meanwhile, I will start with the strawberries. So like I said, I have some chopped up here, so I'm going to show you guys how to chop it. So you take off the butts. I save these because I have chicken, so I leave a little bit more strawberry just because my chickens eat the end, but you guys could save as much as you want. Kind of chop it down the middle. Cut it into maybe big squares like that. And so this is a large thing of strawberries that I bought, and I saved around 20 strawberries. I washed them, and I used kind of the ones that were a little bit squishier. So I saved those because those are going to be blended. So chop the middle. And chop it. And continue to chop it. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to ask Emilia to open this can. So Emilia, can you open the can on this side? Is the butter melted?
Almost.
Almost melted, okay. So this is why, churros they're super fast to make and mix. So as soon as the butter's melted, you get to add your ingredients. Okay. Once it's fully boiling over there, the churro mix, then and the butter's melted, then we could start. So our strawberries are here on the side. Flip this over. So to our blender, we're going to add our strawberries, our whole strawberries. We are going to add,
It is boiling.
is it boiling? Okay, okay then. Well, that is boiling, so I'm gonna actually leave this here and I am gonna walk over, make sure, gonna add the sugar and the salt to my pan over there. Actually, you can bring it over, it's boiling. Actually, I'm gonna have Amelia bring it over. I think that works out. I'll leave this to the side and then she can put it right here. That's how it should look. And then you add your salt and sugar. And depending how much vanilla you want, you could add, I'm gonna add maybe 2 of these little bottle caps. 1. Depends how much vanilla you like. Maybe 1.5. Okay. Mix it. And once it boils, you take it out off the stove top. Okay, everything's melted. So now that all those ingredients are in there, you're gonna add your flour. And this is where you mix. So you want to fold it in like this. Kind of fold it in. The reason why you want to fold it in is because you don't want those air bubbles and kind of press it against the pan. So you can see the consistency. It's starting to not be kind of looks like baby food. Oatmeal. Okay, fold it in. Okay, I have most of the stuff, so I'm gonna put it back in my bowl over here. Scrape everything off. Get everything. Okay, and just fold it in. And kind of press it down, because if you do have flour pockets, you want to make sure those are dissolved. So I see a couple here, so kind of press it down with your spatula. And also with the butter, if you don't like really buttery stuff, you could kind of cut back on the tablespoons. So maybe instead of 8, you could do 6. I tried it with 5 the other day and I felt like they were not as fluffy. They were still good. So it's up to you if you want to be a little bit healthier, add less butter. Okay, make sure all those air bubbles are nice and it looks good. I don't see any flour. So what I'm going to do right now, just because of time and everything, I'm going to flatten this up on the bowl. And I am going, before I add the eggs, this needs to be cooled down because you don't want your eggs to cook in here. You just want to mix them in. So I'm going to have one of my assistants put this in the refrigerator just so it could cool down. It's pretty warm, so I'm going to have them put it in the fridge. And while that's cooling off, we will continue with our fresas con crema. So you put your strawberries and your fresas in the blender. Then you pour your sour cream in there. All of it. You know, I forgot a spoon. Is there a spoon over there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
That's perfect.
that was just butter.
That works. Thank you. So put all your strawberries. And if you guys have any questions, we would love to answer them in the comments below. So just write them down and Make sure all of your sour cream is in there. And you add your milk. Let's see if I could get this open. Perfect. And then you add your condensed creamer. Cream in there. I don't know if you guys have had this, but it's super delicious. I like it. And once that's on there, you close it, and then there. So you guys can pause here if you want to, or put the volume down because it's going to get loud. I'm going to turn on the blender. Okay, once that's blended, you are going to pour your, let's see, actually I have another bowl so you guys can see. You're going to pour your strawberry mix over your chopped strawberries. That looks prettier. And you're going to pour it on there. Let me put that. Mix it. And that, guys, that's fresas con crema. So here I think I had more of my little mixture more than the fresas that I have. So you guys can add more strawberries, but this is how it should look. And you just pour it in a cup like this. I like the chunks. This, and then you could top it with a banana, with banana pieces. So I'm gonna top it with some banana. Banana slices. So like I said, the banana is optional, but I don't like adding the banana to my mixture because then the bananas get yucky. So I like to do it as a topper. You top it and then you add some banana flakes. Oh, not banana, coconut flakes.
I was gonna say.
Good thing I caught it before Janae caught it. And here, you guys see that?
That looks beautiful.
And then you get to enjoy. So who's gonna enjoy this?
It's just Janae.
It's Janae. Janae will enjoy this.
Yay!
So that's how you guys. That's how you. Where am I? So that's how you guys. That's how you make fresas con crema. So comment down below if you've ever had fresas con crema. This is a super simple, just Mexican dessert that you could have, and super easy, simple, refreshing, and your kids could make it. My daughter makes this all the time. So let us know down below if you've had it or if you like it. If you do, try it, tag us. So now that our churro mix is cooled off, so I'm gonna get that back. One of my assistants will help me with that. And while that's cooling off, Emilia will also turn on the stove, and I have oil there, so she's gonna turn it on medium high heat, just so it could start heating up. The oil could start heating up. Thank you. And then this is how our churro mix looks. So you guys see all the oil. Let me get this out of the way. Sorry, you guys. I tried making two dessert at once just because I didn't want that. So, thank you. So now that you have your churro mix, it's cool. You're going to add your egg while the oil is heating up. Let's see, let me get situated here. So you're gonna add, do you guys notice the egg? It's green. It's for my chickens.
Wait, hold it closer.
Oh.
It's green. Put the other egg next to it.
I kind of matched the eggs I feel today. These are for my chickens. So if you guys see my chickens, you know who they are. So you're going to add 1 egg, and you are going to fold it in. So the same thing, kind of fold it in, mix it, fold it in, fold it in, kind of mix it. So you want to add 1 egg at a time. So once it's all in there, and then the egg helps it get that like a different color. It doesn't look that white, I feel.
I have a comment.
Yes, what's your comment?
Boy, with all this folding, they should be really good at origami by the end.
Did you guys hear that?
Um,
Jenny in the background. Maybe say it louder. I don't think they could hear you, Jenny.
Well, I think they heard me.
You think so? Comment
I'll
down
put
below.
it in the comments
Yeah.
for you all.
Comment down below if you heard Miss Jenny.
If you have any more puns.
Or if you guys. Okay, once it's folded in. Do you guys see that? There's no more egg. Okay, you add another egg. This is the mini egg. And you fold it in. And like I said, it's a good idea to start heating up your oil. Make sure that that's ready because you want your oil to be hot before you put your churros in. If not, they are not gonna fluff up and they're gonna be kind of raw from the inside. So you want to make sure your oil's good. So fold that in, mix it in. So do you see how I'm scraping it, kind of doing that? You don't want to mix it. The other, like that. Okay. So this is the way it should look. So while that sits to the side, I am going to show you how to prep your piping bag. So you get a cup, you get your piping bag, and I'm going to use the bigger tip. So the way you do it is you kind of measure it to see where it'll be at. So this is where I need to cut. Cut. Open it up. Put your tip in there.
the oil's starting to get hot.
Okay.
Making little bubbles.
Okay, maybe lower it a little bit because it's going to still take me another probably 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So that's how you want it. And then you put your piping bag over the cup, and this will help you add the churro mix to your piping bag. Make sure to put your hand through just so you can get a little like cupping thing. And you pour your churro mix in there. Pour it in. And this part gets a little bit messy. Okay. So, yep, it's ready. So I'm gonna kind of twist it on here. Twist it. And then we're gonna walk over to the stove. And I am gonna take some flour with me because I'll show you guys a little trick of how to make sure that your oil is hot. So, another, can you put that on that side, please? So all you need right now is going to be some scissors and your piping bag. So we're going to walk over to the stove, and I'm going to show you guys how to make your churros. And I am going to take my plate with my. Is this one off, Amelia?
Yes.
So let's check that our oil is ready. It looks ready. And you start. You guys could hear that. Ooh. You know what I forgot, Amelia? My tongs. Could you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Here's Amelia. Thank you.
When you put the flour in, how do you know it's ready? Like what?
It'll bubble up. When you put the flour, it'll kind of like bubble up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do this. Ooh. It's a
Ready?
little different not using my own stove, so I don't know how powerful the stove, I'm kind of awkwardly trying to put my churros. Okay, so they're starting to, I'm gonna make sure that I turn them so they, okay, so I think it needs to be a little bit higher. So my oil wasn't hot enough, so I see that the first one that I put is not fluffing up the way I would want it to, but the second one is. So let's just make sure that they don't burn. So let's make sure they don't burn. Try to have your tongs or something and turn them around. You could also, there's other recipes where you could bake your churros, but I like the traditional fried ones. Why not? If you're gonna have a cheap dessert, why not have it fried? Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more. And you can make them as long as you want and the way you want. So they're still frying in there. And I have this ready so I could put the cooked ones there so the oil could drain. And like I said, if you don't have the star shape tip, that's fine. You could do, one of them doesn't look like it has a star shape tip. So let's wait, and I am going to make, whew. Like I said, this part is messy. Oh, they're starting to get that golden brown, so I'm going to do a little bit higher. They're starting to get the color and the golden brown. So just make sure that they evenly look brown, golden brown, and that's how you know they're ready. So they smell delicious. They smell like, what do they smell like? Kind of, it's funny. Yeah, kind of like fried bread, something. If you could imagine that.
They smelled really good when I put it in the fridge. Like just the dough.
Like butter, unsalted butter. I think you smell the butter and the egg. Okay, so they're still getting there. I don't want to crowd the pan, so I don't want to add a lot of them. I think I just need a little, it needs to be a little higher. The trick is that you really want to evenly cook them and not burn them. And they taste better when they're fresh. So you want to make sure if you're going to make them that they're nice and hot and warm when you eat them, because if they're not warm, I feel like they taste a little bit soggy and they don't taste as good as they would when they're fresh. Okay, I'm going to flip some of them over. They're ready to be flipped. Ooh, this one has a pretty golden color. Let's see. Ooh, do you guys see this? It's nice and it doesn't have the shape, but it looks pretty. It looks good. Okay, I'm gonna add more. And it takes practice. I haven't been making churros for a long time, so they taste good. They don't really look like churros sometimes, but they taste good. I feel like as long as they taste good, they're good. So you'll see my churros don't look that, oh, do you guys see that? That's a good color. Let me do one more, and then I'll show you guys how to top them. Okay, like I said, make sure that your oil is nice. They're cooking faster now that I put the stove is higher. So let me finish these up and then I'll show you guys how to make your cinnamon and sugar mixture that you top the churros with. And make sure that they're golden brown on both sides. They're puffing up a little bit. Woo. Do you want to make sure they don't burn, Emily? Yeah. While I do the rest. So Emily will watch these 3 that are left. And I am going to come over to the side and show you guys how they look and what you need to do. So, like I said, you have the shape a little bit. They're a little bit curved, but they'll taste good. And I couldn't find the tip that I needed. I know right now with the stores and everything, I couldn't find the actual tip I needed, so I used the tips I had from baking. So now I'm going to show you how to make the sugar and cinnamon mixture. So let me move this over.
You want to hold them up to the camera so they can see better?
Yes. That's how they should look. Let me. Ooh, did I see that? Did you see that?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Ooh, where did I think I'll use this plate. Sorry, I took the other plate over there. So for the cinnamon and sugar mixture, you need, I mean, it depends how much you want, but I'll do 1 tablespoon of sugar. Actually, I'll do 2 because you need to coat them. 2 tablespoons of sugar to 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, but if you like cinnamon, you could do equal parts. So I am going to do equal parts because I do like, do you girls like cinnamon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll do equal parts of cinnamon. 1, 2, and this is where your kids could help you. Sophia loves to do this part. You mix it around with your fingers. She loves this. Do you guys hear that? Emilia's making churros.
Good try. Go, Millie. Go, Millie. Go.
So there you go. This is how it looks. And like I said, if you like cinnamon more, you could do more cinnamon. If you like sugar more, you could do more. And you just grab your churro and you pop it. And make sure to do this when they're warm because that's where everything sticks. And let me show you. And like I said, it takes practice. I haven't been making churros for a long time, so they don't look that good. But like I said, they still taste amazing. My kids didn't mind that they didn't look professional. They like that they taste really good.
Ready? It's not what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside that
Counts. Yes, thank you, Jenny. Did you guys hear that? It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside that counts. Thank you. You are right. So now we are going to, let me look for another container. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to show you how to dip your churros into something yummy. So we're going to dip the churros into chocolate. And you guys could eat them by themselves like this, or you guys get to dip them.
Oh.
Or you guys could dip them. So I have chocolate syrup. Like I said, you could do strawberry syrup, or you could also do the creamer that we added to fresas con crema. You could also dip them. And if you have one of those piping, like a piping bag, you could also fill them with something. With chocolate, you could do the same thing with your piping bag and add a tip and fill them up from the end, and you get to fill your churros with something. So yeah, you guys, so let me know if you guys enjoyed this recipe and if you guys are going to try it, or if you've tried it, or how you like it, or post us and show us how your churros came out. Like I said, it takes some practice, so I will continue practicing to just find new techniques to do them. And yeah, let us know what other things you want me to show you guys how to make other desserts and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Fun Friday video, and hope to see you guys next week. Bye. Bye.